All right, so last week you guys had entered Cragmaw Castle through a swamp of little screaming mushrooms. You had a bit of a showdown with King Groll, who fell pretty quick, but he didn't seem like himself when he hit the floor. What started as a bugbear, a very large bugbear, after Kai hit it with a guiding bolt, turned a little more featureless and kind of black. It's laying over there in the corner. The goblins are poking on it. The large ogre had retrieved Gundren, and let me read you a little thing. So I'm going to back up just a couple steps from where we ended last time to bring everyone up to speed here. So the large ogre emerges from the dark room beyond the entryway, dragging something behind him. He unceremoniously slings his burden forward, where it hits the flagstone floor with a hard thud and rolls to a stop before Callista and Z. From behind, Layla and Anthony see the form clearly for the first time as it's tossed into the dim light of the foyer. His hands tied at his front and a long lead of rope tied to his ankles, Gundren lies on the floor before you all. A faint moan comes from the otherwise motionless body. He appears beaten and bruised, but alive. The goblins, who until now have been chittering amongst themselves over the possession of Ymik, the slain goblin, and a featureless dark body in the corner, who until a moment ago looked like a bugbear, stop and peer at the defenseless Gundren. They snap and bite, drool dripping from their mouths, as they eagerly look at the helpless dwarf. What do you do?
Layla, still invisible, having heard the goblins' commotion cease and then seem to turn on Gundren, she's going to pause where she is. I know they were going to go look for the map, but she wants to make sure they're not going to try to jump on Gundren and eat them right there or something.
Okay.
And since I know that Z is still disguised as an old man, I'm going to draw my rapier and just try to intimidate them, sort of threateningly step forward, since that's our prize.
All right, go right ahead and roll me an intimidation. There's more goblins than there are the two of you, and they don't seem overly intimidated. They take a pause if they did want to collect this dwarf, and dwarf just tastes delicious to goblins. They realize they'd have to get through you, but you don't seem like too much of a threat. The ogre is kind of standing over at the side, and he is surveying the situation. He is a big boy. He's got like a trunk of a great mace in his hand.
I got a quick question.
The
invisibility potion that we drank.
Yep.
Is that just the normal invisibility spell?
Yeah, it lasts like an hour.
An hour. So my question is, how much longer can I relatively predict that it's still effective?
I would say that unless you do something to drop it, it's going to be a good while before that's going to drop on its own.
Okay.
Talking like, I mean, you guys have you probably popped that thing like 10 minutes ago tops. You got a while.
I know Layla and Anthony are holding each other's sleeves. I know, still thinking about the map in the back of her mind, Layla's going to whisper to Anthony, do you want to stay here while I try to locate the map?
We could do that, or if you need to stay here, just in case, I can go.
I'm concerned if they... Okay, either of us should go, I think, but I don't trust them. They don't seem all that dissuaded by Callista. You stay, I'll go.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'll be fine. I'll be quick. I'll just see if I can find it.
Okay.
Stay near her. Callista. You're the only male here right now.
Don't put that pressure on me.
Gotta perform, buddy.
Cake boy. Oh wait, it's a pie.
Oh.
I told you I had pie already. Apple, blueberry, and some cobbler, even though that's not really a pie.
It doesn't matter. Go.
Okay, quick question.
Yep.
Is that like some kind of balcony type area?
No, this is all kind of one floor. As you look up at the ceiling of this, you can see the night sky kind of beyond in some places. The castle itself has got some turrets. This is one actually. Actually, at all of these rounded sections are turrets. The stairs up to the tops of them have long since collapsed. This one does have kind of a means to get up there. There's some boards and pieces of wood and things that the goblins use as like a makeshift ladder to climb to the top, but it's not a balcony itself, no.
Okay, is any of the boards right there that I can get up?
Yeah, you could potentially kind of climb up. What are you trying to do? Climb up to the top of this thing?
Yeah, I just want to kind of get up there and so I can have kind of a bird's eye view of the area in case something were to happen.
You would have a bird's eye view of the surrounding area around the castle, but looking back down through the ruined roof would be a little spotty. This isn't like completely open. You get me? It's a castle with a ruined roof.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I
if
get
you
you.
open the turret, yeah, you wouldn't be able to see like the whole floor plan open or anything.
Okay.
No, and where I'm standing, am I able to see what used to be the bugbear? And
Yep,
Yeah,
kind of back in the
yeah.
corner here.
yeah, like he's not a bugbear anymore. Like, can I see what he is, or would I know what he is just from
Do you
looking?
want to roll me a nature check? See if you can identify that.
Tell you, nature's not my strong suit.
I'd actually have, for this specific check with Callista being a rogue, roll it with advantage. Okay, and a 19. So you recognize this creature as something, you've heard of these things as assassins and spies before. This is what's called a doppelganger. This is something, it takes on the form of other creatures. Once it is dead or incapacitated, though, it reverts back to its true form, which is more of a featureless humanoid.
Is there any way to tell if something's a doppelganger without killing it? Or would I not know that?
I don't know that there is. There's not like a physical way to determine that. Dopplers are, I mean, that's kind of what they do. Is they take on the form of something else, a mirror image of another creature. What's Z doing? As all of these goblins are kind of snapping and drooling, looking at Gundren, who's laying at your feet, Z.
I turn to Callista and say, "Alright, pick up the body, it's time for us to leave."
You hear screaming. Screams from beyond the door, and growing nearer. A faint glow emanates from a formless orb of light as it passes through the heavy solid door. It floats above the lifeless corpse of Yimik the goblin, lingering above him for only a moment before darting downward and disappearing into his corpse. The body jolts as the muscles begin to spasm, then lays still. The wisp, as you identify them outside, brighter now, emerges again. The eagerness fades from the goblins' faces as they begin to scream in terror and surprise. The ogre grips his club, fright in his eyes, as he begins to swing the great trunk around the room in an attempt to end any threat before it begins. Roll initiative.
What the fuck? I didn't click my token. No, yes I did. Sorry.
There ain't no giant spiders in this. Alright, does that look right? Everyone's initiative that's on there?
Yeah.
Now the goblins, or is the well, never mind. There they are.
Looks like I won't be looking for that map after all.
Well, you can still go. All right, Callista. This form, this wisp, which I have not rolled initiative for yet. Hang on. Is hovering above the corpse of Yimik. The goblins are all up in a bit of a tizzy now, terrified of this thing, looking at it, screaming, pointing. The bugbear, the featureless corpse in the corner, is still laying there undisturbed. The ogre has started to scream, slams his club down on the ground, and lifts it up to swing it, kind of in an arc in front of him to distance himself from any potential foe. What do? It's your turn.
Am I and is Gundren out of the range of this massive beast's
Yep.
swings?
He can't reach you right now.
And he hasn't been able to actually. He hasn't like.
Yeah, he's not. He hasn't. You don't have to roll a save or anything like that. He's after you in the initiative order.
Right. Has he actually tried to make contact with anything? Like, has his swing gone through the wispy thing?
No, he's not. He hasn't actually like attacked yet. I'm just narrating what he's about to do.
Okay.
You're fine.
I was hoping to get some information about whether or not it could be struck.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just ask me that, rather than trying to. I feel like I'm guessing at what you're trying to get. But yeah, sorry, it's your turn.
Okay, and Emic said it went into him and then out of him.
Yep, it's
So
kind of
he
floating
doesn't.
above his body now.
Okay, and he's done twitching, or does he look? Would I think that he is reanimating or something crazy?
Nope, he was kind of twitching for a moment. The wisp comes out of him a little bit larger, a little bit brighter, but the corpse is still laying there on the ground, not reanimated.
Okay. Well, as far as I know, the wisp isn't necessarily a direct threat to me yet. Since I've already got my rapier out, I'm going to also draw my dagger and ready an action for if anything attacks either Z or myself.
Okay, so anything that comes in towards you and Z. All right, anything else on your turn?
No, just being ready.
All right, Z, it is your turn. Layla, you are up next. What you doing, Z?
I would like to try and swing at the orb.
All right. You're gonna use your the staff.
Yeah.
The glass staff. Go for it. Rip.
Okay, so that was a crit fail. What?
Yep.
What happens now?
So you swing towards the orb, and it's darting around above Yemik. You miss it completely. Go ahead and roll me damage. 10. All right. You miss the orb. You whack the goblin that is standing closest to it as you bring the glass staff out. It hits him right upside the head, and you can tell from the way it kind of reverberates down the shaft of your weapon that his neck is snapped immediately. He drops to the ground, and the wisp dives into his body. It begins to twitch. All right. Anything else on your turn?
I get a movement, right?
Yep.
All right,
Towards the
now
door?
it's over.
Okay. All right, Layla, you are up, and Anthony, you'll be after the goblins.
Okay, real talk. Should we consider leaving? Because I don't know if this is a good thing.
I think running is always an option. And one that Callista really likes the idea of, always.
Because
Okay,
Go ahead.
I'm gonna be kind of a murder hobo. We have ran from like every single confrontation.
Yeah. Dragon we couldn't fight.
But like the first dungeon and the whatever
So
that
take a
other
stand.
dungeon.
This is a whole lot of table talk in the middle of combat. Layla,
It is.
you
Let's go.
are a fighter.
Okay.
The one that you have been seeking is laying unconscious at the floor in front
Okay.
of you. There are goblins in the room, gnashing and biting and drooling. An ogre swinging his club menacingly. And this wisp has just vanished inside a corpse. You know the last one it emerged from, it came out larger. What does Layla do?
So it hasn't popped out yet. The
Nope.
thing.
Nope.
Good.
It just
Okay.
dived right in. Dived.
We'll look a spell up real quick.
Bring the pain.
The big ogre. What is his target? I mean, has he seemed hostile to us right now, or is he hostile to the?
He has
orb?
got a wild eye. It looks like he is going to right now. Everything in front of him is a potential threat.
And how wide is his swing?
He's got to reach on it. So I mean, he'll be able to hit something. He's got big arms and it's a big long weapon. So anything kind of in his vicinity is going to be fair game.
Okay. Okay, I want to. Oh God, I want to just. I'm just gonna run, and I'm going to jump right in the middle of that hot mess right here.
Nice.
And Layla has noticed that whenever the orb came out, it is bigger. She has seen that.
Everyone saw it get larger after it exited that first corpse.
Fudge. Okay, I want her to run in the middle. I want her to try to actually take a stab at the dead body that the orb is in.
Oh, okay. All right, go for it.
Okay, that's my 30 feet of movement.
I'm gonna say that because it is on the ground, you'll have advantage on the roll, just like it was a prone target.
And also, just as like a free action, can I try to speak to the little goblin doobies
Yeah. What are you gonna say?
and tell them to run away? Because she's thinking dead bodies are. I mean, it's getting power from the dead body. It seems the orb.
Are you going to try to scare them away, or are you going to try to...
Like, warn them. Like, not scare them.
So
No,
persuade.
Persuade, yeah.
Roll me that persuasion. And are you doing this, do you speak Goblin?
I don't. So,
do this-
who knows if...
You're going to do this with disadvantage because you don't speak a language that they do.
Okay.
But I like it. You're trying
Like
to...
a pleading. It's a pleading of please leave.
You've got like one palm out and the other one doing like runny legs on top of it, like run
Yes.
away!
Run. Like swinging my arms. Okay. Okay, it doesn't matter, none.
All right, and roll that that attack on the body that's down. That's going to be with advantage.
16.
All right. So you feel as your blade pierces through, there is kind of a shudder that comes back through the blades, you were kind of expecting the feel of flesh, and there's definitely something else in there. That wisp is still inside. But that is a hit, and roll me some damage.
5. And can I still be talking?
Yeah.
I want to look to the group and say, don't kill anybody.
Interesting strategy. The goblins. I'm actually going to. We'll see what they do.
By the way, I am out of invisibility now.
Yes, you just. You know what? Well, we'll keep it like that. All right. How many was that? 3. Okay. 3 of the goblins. The 3 that are kind of in the back away from you disappear into this room. They go running. You can take an opportunity attack on one of those if you want to.
I don't want to.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right. The goblin that's nearest you, not realizing that everyone behind him has just retreated out of the room in fear, is going to take a swing at you with his scimitar. 15 hit your AC?
Just barely, yeah.
All right. So that is 4 damage. 4 slashing damage. All right, and he turns to look at his buddies like, haha, I've landed a blow, and turns, and there's frickin' no one behind him. There's like the doorway over here is just kind of like swinging open, and he's like, ah, shit. All right, that is it for the goblins. Anthony, it's your turn.
Sorry, I'm thinking.
All good. Layla's being a hero. You're still invisible.
Yes, I am. I want to pose a question to the group. I just want to say orb, yes, or map.
Yes.
Okay, I think okay. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use chromatic orb on the orb, and I'm going to foresee one of my rows, and I rolled a 19.
Okay. And you're... Oh, I'm sorry. And you're using the chromatic orb on what?
The orb.
The wisp that's in the body of the goblin? Hasn't come out
Oh,
yet.
is that a good idea? Can I hold my action
Yeah, sure. For like when it
for
comes
whenever
out.
the orb? Yeah, whenever the orb
Yeah,
comes
totally.
out, I want to throw a chromatic orb, and I am going to do lightning damage whenever I see it.
All right.
And I'm not going to move. I'm going to just stay right there.
All right. So this thing, as Layla is standing there, this thing lifts up to her up to about her eye level, and Layla, you just see this bright light come between you and your allies standing on the other side. You feel the hair on your arms begin to stand up on end, and the rest of you kind of see her hair start to rise as this thing flashes for a minute and or a moment, and just releases a spark of energy. And oh my God, where is the thing? $13 does not hit you, right?
Armor class or spell Ds?
It's armor class.
No, it doesn't hit me.
All right. So it kind of sparks and moves. You jump back a little bit, and the discharge isn't able to hit you. Next is the ogre, and
Hold on. The
yep.
orb's out.
Oh, yep, the orb is out. Go ahead.
Okay, and did I see the spark before I'm doing this?
Yeah, because you were waiting for it. That's fine. Your call.
Okay. Well, I was just wondering because I did say lightning, but if I could change it now that I saw the spark.
Oh, okay. I understand what you're saying. All right, go for it. That's fine.
Okay, it's going to be... I'm going to do fire instead. And 17 altogether.
Nice. All right. Hang on 1 second. You said 17 altogether? Nice. All right. Okay. It is still there. It is still there. The ogre, kind of terrified at what is going on. There we go. Yeah. Ground yourself with a wrist strap. The ogre that's there, he is actually going to swing his massive mace in front of him in an arc, and he is going to basically swing for Layla and this wisp creature. First one's on Layla. 11 does not hit, right?
Right.
And the second is on the wisp. Also does not hit. So he swings. Layla, you dive, and as the mace hits the wisp or wood, it just kind of passes through, and doesn't actually connect with anything solid that you can see. All right, the ogre is going to stand his ground for now. He's still looking terrified. Callista, it is your turn.
Just so I understood that correctly, it looked like the wisp was able to be possibly hurt while it was inside a dead body, but now that it's out, it is incorporeal, basically.
That would require a roll. That's asking quite a bit. That was not intentional. No, so we'll just say no. That is incorrect.
Okay, well, if I think that I can hit it, then I guess I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Alright, I am going to scoot. It's getting a little tight in here. I'm going to scoot close to the thing and try to stab at it with my rapier.
All right, that definitely hits. Roll me some damage. Okay. And are you doing another attack as well?
Well, I do have another ally within 5 feet, so I can do a sneak attack.
All right. $2d6 for sneak attack.
I believe so. I'm level 3. Yeah, sneak attack increases to 2d6 at level 3.
Wow. Okay.
Holy crap.
I haven't been using it at all, and just found that today that I forgot. And before
Right.
I use my bonus action to attack with my dagger, does it look like the blows actually landed?
Yeah. They landed. It's your weapons are still they're passing through it. They're not really making a solid connection, but you are the light every time you hit it. The light is kind of fading a little bit. It's getting a little dimmer.
Well, Layla said I couldn't kill anything else, so... Did I stab it with my dagger as well?
Mm-hmm. Roll me damage. All right. Now that one felt a little more solid. That did connect. It felt a little more like you felt like you actually hit some mass with that attack. And I will leave that up to you to decide what that means. Z. Anything else in your turn, Callista? Guessing no?
No, I guess not. I want to ask if the Wisp has opportunity attacks, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to stay there.
Why? Is there something that would trigger an opportunity attack?
Me using some of my movement to move away.
Oh, well, that's a core rule. So chances are, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
All right, Z, it is your turn. Layla, you're next.
I'm gonna step back and cast Sacred Flame on the orb.
All right, so I need to do a dex save. That's gonna be a pass. Hold on. What are those? Plus, oh, well, holy shit. Okay, yeah, that's actually legit. Yep, so you use your Sacred Flame, you call down some sacred light. There is a flash of radiance from up above. One of the holes in the ceiling starts to illuminate as flame just fires down from the sky. This thing jumps right out of the way. And it actually hits the goblin and singes him just a little bit, the dead one, at the wisps, where the feet would be. Anything else on your turn? Z.
No.
All right, Layla, it is your turn.
I'm just gonna swing at the orb
All right.
for right now. 24.
24 is definitely a hit.
For 4. And bonus action will be my other sword. 7.
7 does not. All right, so you connect with one. Your blade, again, just kind of, it passes through. The light gets a little dimmer, but you don't feel that solid connection as you would with a fully corporeal adversary. Anything else on your turn?
No.
All right. The lone goblin that's standing behind you, Layla, is going to take another stab at you before trying to run away. It swings its... Oh, he's getting some good stuff in. It's going to swing its scimitar out at you and cut at you as it starts to sprint to the other room. Did you want to do an opportunity attack on him?
Yes.
All right, go right ahead.
Is that with, does it matter which weapon I use, or does it have to be...
No, it's just a... it would be with your main hand weapon.
19.
All right, 19 definitely hits. Go ahead and roll me some damage. 9. Okay.
Oh, I should have done that. Because if
He falls to the ground dead.
Yeah.
Like how I baited you into that?
Yeah, she wasn't thinking. She just lopped his head off. Just reactionary.
It's just reaction. Through the wall, like a bullet shot from a gun, zips another of these wisps and dives into the corpse of that goblin. Almost immediately, as you turn and lop this thing's head off, by the time it hits the ground, this wisp is in it, boom. Like, it's dead, it hits the ground, boom, wisp. In it. And it begins to kind of twitch a little bit. All right. Oh, dang it, hold on. Okay, that one is nice and big now as well as it reemerges. Anthony, what are you doing?
The original wisp, it's out.
Yep.
Okay, I think I'm going to do a magic missile.
Go for it.
All three on him.
And this is force damage, right?
Yes, it is. 13.
All right. So you fire out your magic missiles. Thum, thum, thum. They make a connect, and as they hit, you see these flashes of light. Every time one of the magic missiles hits, the wisp glows radiantly, and as the glow fades, it's a little dimmer, and it's just dimmer, dimmer, dimmer as all three of them connect. It is now a faint little wisp. All right. Anything else on your turn?
No, I like the position I'm at, so yeah, I'm going to stay right there.
All right. The wisp, being relatively faint at this point, let's see. All right. Actually, as you hit that wisp, it fades out completely. That last flash, as it comes back, it is gone. Fades right out of view. And the larger one that's now in the corner is going to hop into the room with the goblins, actually. Kind of zipping in here. They are closest. Alright, and that's it for them. The ogre, seeing that the wisps have either fled or assumedly been slain, is going to move forward feeling like he played a bigger role in that than he actually probably did, and he's going to take swings at Callista and Layla. 21 to Layla, 19 to Callista.
I want to use one of my lucky dice to roll a d20 to see if it's going to be lower than that.
Okay. An 11 to
Haha,
hit,
you
right?
miss.
Alright. So that's 17 bludgeoning damage to Layla. As this thing
Oh my god.
arcs this huge, massive trunk of a weapon and just smashes you in the back. And Callista's able to dodge or duck right out of the way. Callista, it is your turn. What's your health at right now, Layla? 2?
2.
Alright, well, that's fine. What you think, Callista? And Z, you're next.
Well, I'm no healer, so having just ducked out of the way of that blow at the last second, Callista is going to slide upwards and try to pierce this orc through his chest with her rapier before possibly following up with a dagger.
Alright, go for it.
Question though, he's really big. Does Layla count as being within 5 feet of him for sneak attack damage?
Yeah, that's fine. And he's definitely engaged with her right now. That's cool. All right, 19 definitely hits him. He's not. He kind of uses his bulk more than armor. He has some natural. Ooh, goodness. Nice. He dies. That's not true. He doesn't. You stab your rapier into him, and he is just so massive that it doesn't. It gets deep and leaves a hole. But it really serves to piss him off. And did you want to use your dagger as well?
No, since after stabbing into him, basically she's ducked under his blow. She's coming upward, stabs into him, and gets a good look at just how muscly he is, and decides to do a kick off of his chest and backflip away from him. I want to use my bonus action as a cunning action to disengage and get out of his range.
All right, cool. So go ahead and position yourself where you would end up there.
Are these doors basically like open?
Nope, the goblins had shut them behind you.
Then I will go at an angle and go this way.
All right. Z, it is your turn. This ogre is kind of bleeding from a hole in his chest that Callista just made.
I'm gonna run over to Layla and cast Cure Wounds.
All right.
Yay!
+2 as well.
Nice.
So 9 total.
Thank you.
All right. Anything else on your turn, Z?
No.
Layla, you are up, and Anthony, you are after the goblins.
Okay, I would like to, for my action, I'm going to stay there. I want to cast False Life on myself.
Give yourself some temp hit points.
Yup.
All right.
And let me roll for that.
Nice.
And for my bonus action, I would like to use Second Wind on myself.
All right. Now you get pumped up.
Yeah.
I think I got her scared. Nice.
And I want to... I'm gonna... I'm gonna stay right there.
Okay. All right, cool. Nothing else on your turn? I think that's just about everything you can do, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, good deal. The goblins. Z, from where you are, you can hear, or actually, and probably Layla as well, you can hear the goblins in the other room. Z, you can probably see them through the doorway, swinging at this wisp that's in there. Where's my goblins at? Oh. Nice. So let's see. That is a miss, a hit. Hold on. All right. Z, as you kind of look over into that room, you see one of the all three of the goblins are trying to work together to fell this this wisp. One of them misses completely. Another finds purchase, but you see his blade pass through the wisp as you guys have kind of been experiencing. And the third takes his dagger and swings at it. The wisp jumps out of the way, and he plunges his dagger into his goblin comrade's chest, felling him. He rolled a 1.
Rip.
Lol. The wisp dives into the corpse of that slain goblin. The other two shriek in terror. And it is Anthony's turn.
What an idiot.
Yep. Anthony?
Oh no. Sorry.
I think they're actually... Oh, those guys are going to... They're going to actually run back out of that room. And as far as they can get... Layla, you're welcome to take an opportunity attack on that one if you want. Otherwise,
I
we'll
would...
go north.
I would like to take an opportunity attack on him.
The one that passed by north?
Yeah.
Alright, go for it. That's definitely a hit. And roll me some damage. 9 bludgeoning. So as this one comes flying out of the room screaming, you swing your glass staff, and again just kind of hits him in the head. You hear that as his neck breaks, and like a gunshot, another wisp comes darting into the room and flies in his corpse. And Anthony, it is your turn. Those opportunity attacks are just too juicy.
Yes, they are.
Okay, I think I'm going to move 5, 10, and...
Can I say something in character?
Yeah. What's up?
I want to say, they're only going after the dead corpses. They're not bothering the alive ones. So why are we worried about them?
The alive corpses are safe.
Yeah. I guess they aren't corpses, but...
One did attack Layla, but they definitely seem attracted to the dead.
I'm sorry, can I take back that movement?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm going to pose the question again to the group. Maps?
I think that's good. Map.
Okay, I would like to go south 5, 10, 15. Is that goblin a goblin or...
Yes, he's a goblin.
You're not invisible.
No, I'm not.
What could be in this place?
Well, if those snakes were any indication.
Yep, that, let's see. Yeah, you'd be passing by this goblin that's kind of hidden around the corner. So if you'd like to end there, he's going to get an opportunity attack on you.
Well, Okay, let me ask this question. That's open. That I can
Yeah, you
cut
can
through.
squeeze through there.
Okay, no, I'm gonna keep going. So if you want to do an opportunity attack,
Yep, 3 slashing damage.
what did
As
he?
you- Huh?
What was his?
17.
Yeah, that is.
It is an ogre, Rachel.
Sorry.
He looks a little orcish, that's for sure.
Okay. That was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Right there. Can I look into the room?
Yeah, peering into the room, you actually see it's like a kitchen. There's some old rotted meat. It doesn't look like maybe the goblins use this for cooking. There's just kind of old, rotten probably isn't even a good word for it. There's just filth and mess everywhere. This room smells pretty rancid. They might actually use this as a latrine. There's poop.
Okay, I try to hold in the throw up. Is there anybody in it?
No, the room itself is pretty empty.
Okay, I'm going to go one more. That's my 30, and then 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I'm going to Misty Step to there.
All right, cool. So you are moving through here. You have not seen anyone yet. This room itself, if you like, I can give you a little bit of a better description. If you give me a moment. Actually, no, I don't need to. We're good. We have just an empty, or a disused kitchen. You can tell from the tables. There's some wooden bowls and things like that on the tables. Nothing of any necessary value. The light in here is actually very, very dim. There's a little bit of a torch on the wall. There's also some moonlight from outside coming through some arrow slits in the wall. All right. And anything else on your turn?
I was curious. What's me looking in there? Was that action? My action?
No. Was the Misty Step as a bonus?
Yes, it is.
Nope. You're good. You've got an action.
Okay. I was just wondering if there's anything I could hide behind.
Yeah, like hide underneath the table or something.
Yeah, just something in case someone did come in. I can try to be sneaky.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and roll me that stealth. Taking a hide action, 14. Okay. And if you guys can give me just a moment here before I go on my turn.
And I want to be like, oh, it smells so awful in here.
It totally do.
How could anybody be in here?
And I just left the game. Hold on.
Okay, guys, move your tokens wherever you want. Please left.
Yeah.
You're the DM now.
I found the map. We're back in Neverwinter. Everything's good.
I'm sure you'll be fine. I'm not sure of that. Not actually sure of that. Oh, I love the SRD. It's so beautiful. Making dudes is so easy.
Don't make dudes.
Well, I had forgotten one. Not that it's any concern to you.
No, it's not. It's just an NPC back at.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
sure.
Just in case you guys slip and fall into Phandelver right now. Wanted to make sure I had it. All right.
That would be a weird wormhole to just kind of like, oops, I fell. Oh, now I'm in Phandelver. That's weird.
Let's see. Okay, so we've got 2 wisps. Because one vanished. I'm going to go ahead and move that one back up to the turn order and trash that. Okay. Aha. Z, you're pretty close to both these guys. There's no one dead around them. They're both hopping out of bodies, and they're going to float. One of them is actually going to go through you. You feel a presence of just like intense cold kind of pass through you from behind as one of them makes its way kind of flitting around towards the door. Another one is going to come out, and it's going to do the same thing. It's going to start to kind of glow, and you and Layla, who are both standing very nearby, feel this electricity as the hair on your arms begins to stand up. And hang on. Okay, Layla, you feel that as it nears you, and oh my God, where's the fucking button? It's nothing fantastic.
Whew, okay.
Yep, and it discharges, and you're able to kind of back up away from it.
Grounded it again.
Yep, exactly. You got your strap on. That sounded, I don't know. Context is.
Whoa!
You have your grounding strap on. And that is... yep, one of them had just passed through you. Did you guys want to take a swing at that one that moved past?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yep, go for it.
Wait, is that considered a reaction? Like, how do reactions work? Is it once per round you can have a reaction?
You got it, yep. A
Okay.
reaction is something that you get to do once per round.
I don't want to swing at that.
I'm just numbering things right now so I can keep the health straight. Alright, Z, did you want to swing at this one down here? Do you guys see a 3 on that?
I see
Yes.
something red.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, number 3, the one kind of standing near the door. I'm sorry, you were saying?
Do I get one since I attacked the goblin?
Yep. Oh,
Then
I'm
yes.
sorry, that was on this same round? No, you don't. Thank you for being
Okay.
honest. Alright, the ogre, standing near you, Layla, it knows that it just got a good whack on you. It's going to swing its massive club in that direction again, and looks like that arc is going to take it through you and the goblin standing nearby. He doesn't give a crap. $16 hit you? Yeah.
Yes, but I would like to use shield as my reaction.
Okay. Go for it.
So it.
Ooh, you just took a swing at... Did you?
No, I didn't.
No,
I
that's right.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I purposely didn't because I'm afraid
Because
this
of
is going
this?
to happen. Yeah.
Good call. So tell us what does shield look like when you use it? And this is on the goblin. All right.
Okay, so like it's really quick, but she like takes her sword, like the hilt that she's holding, and presses it against her chest, and then just from where her fist hits her chest, this burst of really bright, like ethereal light kind of hits his club, so it almost deflects it.
Oh, nice. Okay. I like that description. And actually, you and Callista for the drop kick backflip off of the dude's chest earlier, both you guys give yourselves inspiration.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
All right. So he hits that goblin and sends it. So he connects with you, and the blow is just absorbed by your shield. He swings again wildly, brings it through this goblin as the goblin is kind of scampering past, hits it in the back, and sends it flying against the wall. As it is It passes through the wisp, hits the ground. The wisp gets a little bigger. And next up is Callista.
Well, Callista's going to kind of, how can I put it, sort of like dodge her way in there when she sees the blow that was going to land on Layla kind of get deflected off, and he's sort of put off balance. She slides in, if I can make her move, and tries to give a stab at him.
Alright, that is going to miss on that, unless you wanted to burn an inspiration.
Sure, why not?
Alright, yeah, I'll let you roll it, even though you didn't call it before I said if it was going to miss. I think you pretty much knew that a 7 wasn't going to hit him.
Yep.
Alright, we'll let you do that. Alright, 4 damage. Cool.
And my sneak attack?
Go for it. Nice. And did you want to use a bonus action?
I want to use a cunning action to do a dodge action.
Alright, good call. That's smart.
Wisps aren't the only ones that can bob.
Yep. This thing is still very, very in the fight, this ogre. He looks relatively healthy, although super pissed at you specifically, Callista. Alright, Z. Anything else on your turn, Callista?
Nope, I think I'm as ready as I can be.
Alright, Z, it's your turn, and Layla's up next.
I'm gonna run up to Mr. Said ogre thing,
Okay.
and I am going to attack him with glass staff.
Alright. That is easily able to find purchase on his big-ass, relatively unarmored body. Go ahead and roll me damage. 7. Nice.
I'm gonna spend a key point
Okay.
and do Fury of Blows.
Nice. Alright.
And I take 2 unarmored strikes. So what is that? A strength check or what?
Yeah, it's just a strength attack. And unarmed, it still uses proficiency, so you're going to roll a d20, you're going to add your strength modifier and your proficiency bonus. And I'm pretty sure
Okay,
your
so-
damage is just d4.
Okay.
Unless it's different on your monk sheet.
That is a good question, Tunnel.
At level 3, it's still 1d4. At level 5, it goes up to a d6.
Okay, so it's d20 plus 4 plus 2.
Yep, you got it for the attack. And you're doing 2 of these, yes?
Yeah.
Alright, yep, so you'll roll that twice. Alright, first one hits. And it's unarmed defense. Can you do it with a... Oh, you can have a weapon, right? Is it like
Yeah,
it's
I guess
certain types of weapons?
you can monk weapon.
Flurry of blows. Immediately after you make an attack on your turn, you can spend 1 key point to make 2 unarmed strikes. Okay, that's what it is. So yeah, you can make the attack with a weapon, but these are unarmed. Alright, that makes sense. As a bonus action. Okay. So those both hit, so go ahead and roll me 2d4 damage. Nice. Alright. He's starting to falter a little bit. Feeling like maybe 3-on-1 ain't fair, y'all. Okay. Layla, it's your turn.
Okay, I want to cast True Strike on him As my action,
Okay.
for my bonus action, I want to.
Hold on one
Yeah.
second. Give me 1 second. Dog's going to shit.
Okay, yeah.
I apologize for that. We're kind of out in the country, so when the dog starts going crazy, that generally means something's
Yeah.
happening. All right. Wow, you were saying.
Casting True Strike.
All right.
And then my bonus action, I'm going to swing with my offhand. $11
That hits.
for 8.
All right. Damn.
And then I would like to use Action Surge.
Okay.
And then I want to swing again. 18
That hits.
for 4.
For 4. Nice.
For a hot 4.
Hey, every little bit helps. So, as you guys are just teaming up on this poor defenseless ogre, he kind of falls down to one knee, still in the fight, but bleeding profusely out of different holes and slashes that you guys have put all over his body. You can tell that one of his arms looks like it has been smashed from Z's blunt force attacks. I don't think there are any goblins except for this one, and he's just going to hide. He is hiding. Anything else? Was there anything else on your turn, Layla?
No, that's
All
my
right.
turn.
Anthony, it is your turn. You are hiding under a table.
All right. Am I technically prone?
Yeah, that makes sense. Under the table. Yep, like crouched or prone.
Okay, I'm going to use half my movement to get up. I regret doing that now. And I'm going to go 5, 10, 15. And I'm going to use... Okay, if I use a dash, do I get 30 feet of movement or 15 again?
30. You get that's your full movement.
Okay, yeah. That's far, so I guess I better go.
All right, let me tell you what you're seeing real quick. South of you, there is a heavy a door reinforced with iron. You would expect this to be a door leading to the exterior. It has a large wooden kind of stopper over it, or a lock that would need to be removed for that to be opened. And up here, you see an old kind of ratted curtain serving as a partial doorway that you would be able to move through easily.
To check that door, the lock, Would that be an investigation and use action?
What are you trying to determine from it? You can see from looking at it that it is locked, and it's a castle. You would be able to kind of you would think that it is locked from the inside. Like you would be able to unlock it if you wanted to.
Okay. Well, I was just going to see if it was more of a simple lock. So if we needed to, we could get out that way. But
yeah, it's got a large. Like when you think of like castle doors, you've got that large piece of wood. Kind of holding the door from being opened. You kind of need to heft that up out of its carriers and drop it on the ground before you can get the door open.
Okay.
I don't think you have any idea what I'm talking about right now.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
But with my -1 strength modifier, I don't think I'll be able to do that. So, yeah, I'm just going to use a dash. And
you guys assume a lot.
5, 10... 15. I'm really hoping there's no one in here because I don't think I can use a perception because I'm using a dash. No, it's 15.
So you're just running right on into that room?
Yeah, I guess, unless I can... Oh, awesome. Oh, great.
So as you step through the curtain, there are 2 hobgoblins that you see, armed, and peering at the fight, looking like they're ready to ambush anyone that is coming through this door. You move the curtain aside, step into the room, and they turn, noticing you pretty easily.
I'm the health inspector. That kitchen in there is terrible. And both of you should go clean it up right now.
There are so many violations. Let me get these guys in the initiative order. Hold on one sec. The health inspector. That's cute.
Every single decision I have made to this point, I regret.
This is just checking there. Okay, 10. And we are on Anthony. Oh, that's nice. They go right after you. It's perfect.
No, it's not.
Well, I guess it depends on who is stating that. All right, what's up? What you got? Is that it? You're the health inspector? This is what you're going with? This is your strategy?
I don't think there's anything else.
Okay. The hobgoblins look angry.
Well, they should be with that kitchen.
They neither of them look like they've had a delicious home cooked meal in a very long time or ever, because goblins. You have startled them. They were not expecting you to come through this. Gosh, I am so tempted to give you part of a pass right here. They're technically surprised, and this is their first round, so fuck it. Going back to the ogre. But they're totally aware that you were standing right there, by the way. All right, my ogre. Z, you hit him bad, man. Not cool. Not cool at all. Great club to your face. 19 hits. 7 bludgeoning.
Whoa, sir. Whoa.
Oh. Oh.
I think I might want to dodge that.
You think you might? I don't know. 7, that's not bad.
I took 17 earlier. You can take 7.
It could have been much worse, that's true.
Sure.
You're gonna go with it? What is it?
Yeah.
4 + 0. What? Whatever. Alright. So, it, sitting here kind of, again, kneeling, looking near defeat, swings at Z, connects, and it's going to take its meaty fist and reach it. Actually, no, it wouldn't be able to do that. narratively. It's got its great club out. Callista, you had a dodge action, yes? Because it's swinging at you.
Yep.
Alright, and 12. Misses. Callista's able to dodge out of the way. This thing is on death's door. The wisps. Callista, one of them is close to you. You feel behind you as the ogre swings at you, and you're able to dodge out of the way. The wisp begins to kind of glow. You feel your the hair on your arms begin to stand up, and this is technically a reach attack. So 18 still hits.
Yep.
For 6. You're able to, or you try to move away, and as you do, that static discharge just hits you with 6 lightning damage. You feel a surge of pain momentarily, but shoot through your body. Layla, the one next to you, is doing the same, begins to glow, and discharges a shock for 13.
Nope.
All right, and you're able to withstand it because you are also electric.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Callista, it's your turn.
Well, I'm going to try to ignore the wisp despite getting shocked, since I think that the ogre is a meteor target, and go at him again with that rapier. Maybe I'll get his stupid eye.
Maybe. That is a hit. And go ahead and tell me how you kill him.
Oh my gosh.
Yay!
Callista hears a surprised squeak down the hallway. Immediately recognizing it as Anthony, she assumes that something horrible has befallen him. With a running leap, she jumps onto the ogre's shoulders and stabs the rapier directly down through his bottom jaw, which seems to be protruding, and into his chest. And as he tumbles down, she will kick off of him and start running down this darkened hallway.
I tell you what. I think that was fantastic. I will give you an extra 5 feet of movement if you succeed on a DC 15 dex. If you do not, I will take 5 movement away.
Now, is that just clicking my dexterity? That's not the saving throw, right? I just click
Correct.
dexterity.
Yep, just a dex check of 15. That is not. I'm so
With
very sorry.
advantage.
So you can move 25 feet. Could I what?
I don't know. Could I use my bonus action to dash and do...
Yeah, that's totally still a thing that you've got.
No, go in there! Oh no!
No! Alright, I burst through this door and into the hallway.
All right, you're coming up behind the 2 hobgoblins.
Yes.
Are they focused on me?
Yep, they have turned around, very surprised to see you. And Anthony, as you and turn around, you're like, I'm the health inspector. I'm here to look at your kitchen, and let me tell you, boy howdy, is it a mess in there. They're drawing their weapons and turning to you, grinning ear to ear, looking at this easy prey. And then the curtain behind them just kind of wafts out of the way, and Callista comes out of the darkness. Z, is your turn.
So is the big thing dead?
Yep, the ogre has been killed.
Alright, I'm gonna use Healing Word on myself. Woo. And then I'm going to look at Layla and say, we need to run out of this room. And I'm going to proceed south.
All right. Okay, hang on one second. Alright, the goblins I'm going to go ahead and pull off. The ogre I'm going to go ahead and pull off. Alright, Z. You have healed yourself up. You've started making your way south out of the room. And Layla, it is your turn.
Okay,
I think we know what all is dead in here. I'm going to start removing things just so it's a little easier to get to your tokens and see what's going on.
I'm going to ignore the wisps, and I want to use my full action to dash down to Z. That's about 40 feet there.
Uh-huh.
That's a 10, and that's 60 right there. So I would like to dash down there around the corner and pop out in that nasty room.
All right, you're going to take a couple opportunity attacks. You're cool with that?
That's fine.
As these wisps are kind of shocking, you can tell that they're not really all that potent. First one's 11, so that's a miss. Second one's 17, hits you for a little love tap. 14 lightning damage. That's the larger one. So as you kind of move away from the first one, it psst, and the second one just begins to glow and glow and glow, almost starts to consume the area in front of you, and as you pass by it, a jolt just right through your body. Actually, as you throw me a perception real quick, Layla.
14.
Okay. You spot this guy kind of hiding around the corner from you. He has not taken. It seems like he was maybe waiting for Z. You're welcome to call back to Z and let Z know that there was a goblin hiding around the corner. But as you move past, wasn't expecting someone to just bum rush through, smelling like ozone. So you have gotten through.
See, there's a goblin.
And Z, nope, it's not your turn. It is these two big guys. All right, Callista. You exit from the darkened room. You're standing behind these hobgoblins, and you hear something thump thump. Two big thumps. You feel it kind of in the floor. Something may have been in the room behind you. Let's see. Oh yeah, that'd be fun. Anthony, you look on in horror as 4 tentacles come around either side of the curtain and grab at Callista. Callista, go ahead and roll me a, if you'd like to avoid a grapple, roll me a acrobatics.
Do they have to roll for one too?
They've got to roll strength to.
Well, I was going to say if they had to roll, they rolled a 6, whichever one did it.
Oh, okay. Yep. Well, they would have failed anyway. But cool. That they roll a 6. So, well, I mean, there's kind of 2. Is that meta? I don't know. I don't know that the other one can. They're big. I've made them very large. All right, but Callista, from behind you, this curtain kind of moves out of the way as, you see still kind of unseen as the tentacles come around either side of the curtain. 4 tentacles try to grab you from the dark room beyond, and they miss. Anthony, it is your turn. I'm going to say that if you attack the hobgoblins right now, any attack on this round, you're going to have advantage on. That's how we're going to handle their surprise. Any reaction to you, they're going to have disadvantage. So basically, you've got a bit of a drop on them coming up behind them. Anthony is very tactical. See, Anthony flanked. He flanked far right and came up behind the quarry, and then Callista counterflanked left. It was it was a great strategy. You guys are very good.
That was planned.
That was really good.
Okay. Can I do some open thinking right now?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I'm in between trying to attack or seeing. I doubt I can do it, but trying to intimidate them to attack those things.
Intimidate them to attack those things. That doesn't sound like a thing. Intimidating them to. Persuading, maybe?
Well, persuading, either way.
You're also... Yeah, you're making some assumptions there, like they're not on the same team. They are all kind of living in the same castle. You also know that the ogre passed through that room and just kind of at them a little bit, and they didn't give him any trouble. These are not wild creatures that are living in this castle along with a bunch of goblins.
That is true, but...
And right now you have advantage. Keep that in mind.
That's true.
On attacks against them, right? Because they can't react fast enough to block it.
Yeah. I'm just going to attack the one south of me.
All right.
And I'm going to use a chromatic orb.
All right.
$13 or 12. Oh, plus, hold on. I did not add my plus 5, so 18. No, 17.
I'm confused. So, make a ranged spell attack against the target. If the attack hits, what's your ranged spell attack?
It is plus 5.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So,
you're rolling that with advantage. I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Can't you just... Oh, I guess you can't. But yeah, okay, so 13. 13 is...
Well, no, it's 17, because 12 is the advantage roll, and then plus 5 for my spell attack bonus.
That is... So 17. 17 is actually... Yeah, that's going to hit.
It is? Okay, good.
Yep.
I am going to do... I'm going to do lightning.
All right. Ooh.
18.
Wow.
Describe this to me.
I can do what I want to do. Okay. As they're both staring at me, I want to reach in my bag and pull that leather hood out that we got in the manor.
It was black velvet, I think.
The black velvet mask. And I want to look at both of them and go, do you know what they call me back in my hometown? And I want to put the thing on, and I want to go, they call me the El Nino, which represents the Nino. And then I want to take the orb and just, like...
You have disadvantage on everything that you're doing. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead, sorry.
And I want to, like, how the cricket, I don't know what they're called, or whoever, they toss it over their heads. I want to throw the orb at him.
Okay. The orb hits him, and the lightning damage just, it sends him into convulsions. You see flashes of light, his skeleton kind of flashing in the brilliance, and when it fades, it is just like the ashen remains of a hobgoblin, and he falls down to the floor in a pile of ash. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, I'm gonna move 5, 10. Try to get a little further away.
All right. The other hobgoblin. What would he do if you just assassinated his buddy?
He would run away.
Yeah, they're pretty brave though. Hobgoblins aren't. They're not like little goblins. Like they're warriors.
But he's in a black velvet mask.
Yeah. What would you do if someone just came up to you and started put on a black velvet mask?
Yeah. He is actually going to. Yeah, he's not feeling that's good, but he does know that he has some potential allies nearby. He's going to try to get past Callista here. He's going to take an attack at her with disadvantage because he's freaking out. 12 does not hit you, correct?
That's right.
And he is going to burst through the curtain as he's running by. You can do an opportunity attack if you'd like.
Now I'm so still fuzzy on this. If I do an opportunity attack, is the reaction different than a bonus action?
Yes, they are different actions.
Sweet. Yes, I will try to stab him in the stupid backside.
Alright, that's going to hit, and roll me some damage. 4, alright.
Only a little poke.
It's a little little pooky poke. Alright, and that is it for his turn. The wisps, none of you can see them right now. I think Z's kind of moved through this this doorway, so I'm gonna do what I want with them. And hold on one moment. Alright. Callista, it's your turn.
Well,
As you kind of turn and stab this hobgoblin, you see that the curtain that you had just snuck through has come ripped off of its hangers and is laying atop some snaky, tentacle-headed monster as it is reaching out for you with its tentacles, with the curtain kind of draped over the rest of its head. What do you do?
Well, as unflappable as Callista is, her first thought, since they are weird, huge tentacle beasts, is to take off her hat and swat at them. She is here dressed up like a red brand, smelling of ogre's stink. She's going to try to deceive the tentacle beast into thinking she's, one, she belongs there, and is going to tell it to, get back, get away. Just sort of like you would a bad dog. Can I try to deceive them?
Sure, go for it.
Huh.
It kind of, yeah, you. Why would you smell like goblin? Just because you've been around them?
Well, ogre, because I had been jumping on it and fighting it, and no doubt have like blood and spittle on me.
All right. So you take your hat off and you kind of swat at this thing. Yeah, I'll give you that. It kind of backs up into the darkness, the curtain falling off of its face, and you see this kind of eyeless maw with a beak betwixt the tentacles as it kind of recoils back into the dark. All right. Anything else on your turn?
Well, yeah, I suppose. Basically, seeing that it has kind of receded into the room, she's going to move forward towards Anthony and ask him in a attempting to not seem concerned manner, "Are you okay?"
That's not a deception roll. That was an animal handling if I ever seen one. Whatever. Alright, I will give it to you. But that was absolutely animal handling, and I screwed up there. But, yeah, so you're
I'm
talking
sorry,
to
did you
Anthony?
want me to re-roll
Nope.
it? I can...
Nope, it's already done. I was just thinking out loud. It didn't make sense to me that it was deception. Like, I was having trouble swallowing that you're lying to a creature. You're not deceiving
I get it,
them.
they're not smart enough to be deceived.
Yeah, it's a beast. Yeah, so that should have been... In the future, stuff like that. Well, I'll try to remember to do animal handling.
Okay.
But, alright, so you're just approaching Anthony?
Yes, I use my action to get those things away. Yeah, moving into the room, and yeah, just making sure he's okay.
Alright. So Z, it is your turn.
I guess I'm gonna wipe this dude next to me.
Alright, go for it. That is actually a miss. Did you want to do any of your... Oh, it's when you use an attack action, right? Like, you can still... Yeah, you take an attack action, so you can still use a flurry of blows if you wanted as a bonus.
Actually, I was just reading my book, and I actually get a bonus action attack anyway.
Well, you get either or.
Right. So I'm just gonna use my bonus action to punch him.
Okay. So you're going to use your bonus action to punch him instead of use your bonus action to punch him twice.
Correct.
Okay. That's a miss.
Alright.
Yeah, so, question, why didn't you use your unarmed strikes?
What do you mean? My Fury of Blows?
Yeah, exactly. So, Flurry of Blows lets you use your bonus action to make 2 unarmed strikes. You just elected to use 1 instead.
Because it wastes my key points, and I only have 2.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's not unlimited getting a punch.
I see that, yeah, you can spend a key point to make 2 unarmed strikes. Okay, cool. Alright. Yep, so this little goblin, he is... Layla's moving through. There's nothing else in that room. This is just kind of down to Z and this goblin right now. This goblin is kind of alone and a little intimidated. Z's gonna take a swing at you. 7, that misses. So you can go right ahead and yeah, they're just trading blows right now. Go right ahead, Z, and hit him back if you want.
Alright.
That definitely hits. and 9. Okay. So the goblin, feeling like maybe he was just a little too dexterous for you, takes a couple swings. And
Can I explain
misses. Yeah. You go ahead and do it.
So, he takes a swing at me. I kind of dodge back and bring my staff up and, like, baseball hit him, to the mid, and he's gonna, like, fly back outside the window and, like, fall off the ledge.
Oh, nice. Well, this is an arrow slit right here, so it's even a tiny window. You hit him so hard that he is forced through a window that is too small for him normally to get through. That is gross. You are terrible. All right.
Yay.
Do you guys want to take a break for a couple minutes? That's the end of combat at the moment. You hear the screams from the mushrooms, Z, outside as that body finds its way into the swamp. The wisps, for the moment, at least, are gone. Or invisibles. And, let's see, Layla, were you going to continue on to Callista and Anthony?
Yeah.
Alright, you walk in there, you see that hobgoblin. And Z, were you heading that way as well?
Yeah.
Alright, we'll pick up there when we get back. Let's take like 5 or 10.
Okay.
Alright, BRB.
That's good.
All right, back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Maybe they wouldn't fight me if I looked intimidated. That's beautiful. Nice, Layla. Alright, I know they're all back. Rocket, you here?
Yeah.
Alright. Better fight than Mayweather McGregor. Hell yeah. Alright, so as you guys all arrive in this room, it seems that the fight is over. You have come to Cragmaw Castle. You have fought for the reclamation of... What did you guys come here for again?
We need to go back and get Gundren.
Oh,
We
there
just
you
left.
Yeah, he's kind of just over there in the front.
is he, though?
Actually, I'm gonna let Layla do that. You guys look for the map. I'll go take care of our dwarven buddy.
Alright.
All right, I'm not leaving Anthony alone again. I'll go with you.
So Anthony, Z, and Callista are all... You guys are going off. Layla's going to get Gundren. Okay. Layla, you are alone. As you enter the foyer area, you see all of the corpses of all these goblins, the ogres, and all of this. Standing next to, and actually with one arm around Gundren, you see the hobgoblin that fled into the darkness. Your friends are nowhere near you right now. He sees you step from the doorway and grins at you evilly while he takes a dagger and puts it to an unconscious Gundren's throat. What do you do?
First, I want her to flick both swords so that way she flicks the blood off of them.
Mm-hmm.
She tilts her head. She looks at the hobgoblin. He is ours. I suggest you back away.
You'll never let me leave here alive.
If you want to do this the hard way, we can, but he has been handed over to us. He is not yours anymore. Chew before I kill you.
I will leave, but I will be taking him with me.
I would like to use lightning lure on him.
Okay. Are we going into combat?
Yeah.
Alright. He is ready for you. Roll me... Actually, roll me plus your dex. To see, or, your initiative. To see who is actually going to go first.
Ew.
Oh. What does your lightning lure do?
I linked it.
Nice. Okay. All right. So, as you begin to cast your lightning lure, the hobgoblin, realizing that he is in some pretty nasty trouble, takes the dagger and runs it across Gundren's throat.
No!
Strength save. And looks like he succeeded that saving throw as well. He cuts Gundren's throat. Gundren slumps to the ground, already motionless, but now bleeding profusely. You try your lightning lure. This hobgoblin is able to shrug off the effects. He charges you across the room. I think that was his turn, your turn, his turn again. His long sword out in front of him. He screams as he realizes that if he's going to go down, he wants to take you with him. Swings his long sword out wide, tries to bring it in around your defenses. 9. He misses. It is your turn.
I want to use inspiration. I'm going to swing back.
All right.
24.
24. 24 definitely hits.
Mm, 9.
Okay, 9 does not. The 24 definitely did. So 7 damage. Alright, he's still up in the fight. He swings his longsword back at you. And he is actually going to, let's see, if creatures is with weapon attack, if... Okay, it's not. 16 hits?
Yeah.
For 6. Your turn. He is... that first hit him very, very hard. Kind of rocked his world. He knows that he is not long for this world. He's going to try to do as much damage to you. Maybe he'll get lucky.
I want to use a True Strike
Okay.
for my action.
All right.
And then bonus action swing with my plan.
Go for it. That is a miss. The hobgoblin swings at you again. You guys are locked in... Oh, miss. Locked in Mortal Kombat here over Gundren's body. Gundren, you see him laying off in the distance behind the hobgoblin as the two of you are trading blows back and forth, trying to find an end to one another's defenses. You see the blood pool under Gundren spreading. Is your turn.
Okay, I'm just gonna just keep swinging.
All right.
A 10.
10 is a miss.
Oh no! Do I know? Did those serpent dudes, the Gricks, did they respond to sound? Did I see that at any time?
You saw them respond like when the ogre went through the room, but there's been no indication that they when you guys were fighting in here before, they didn't come in. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. Okay.
Swinging back. 6 misses. It's just ting, ting, ting as you guys are just laying into each other. Yes! You fell the hobgoblin. I need you to tell me how.
So it's just a flurry of blows over and over again, like just steel ringing on steel, and it's almost like a dance. They're even kind of circling each other, and the hobgoblin does like one plunge in, and Layla sees that as an opportunity. He left his flank open, so with her sword, she faints, and then just straight in, right up underneath his ribcage.
Nice. You sink your blade deep. He looks at you, and the momentum that he was gaining, you see almost like surprise over his face as he kind of looks at you, and he's like, "How?" And he just collapses down, sliding off your blade.
Okay, Layla's like gonna throw down her swords, and she's gonna like try to put her hand over Gundren's throat to clamp the bleeding, and she's going to start yelling back to the group, "Help, please!" No, please, actually, just help.
All right, what are the rest of you?
Help, help, help.
We hear her, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, I've seen Z do some healing things. I'm obviously okay. We don't know that that's happening. Okay, I'm just gonna look at everyone else. Are we going back?
Yeah.
She didn't actually say that, but she's looking at them, wondering what's gonna happen now.
Yeah, I bolt through the kitchen.
So, question: the rest of you guys were searching the, kind of searching the rest of the castle, right? While Layla was over there, trying to recover Gundren.
Right.
I want everyone who was searching to roll me an investigation check, or perception. I'll let you pick one.
Nat 20.
All right, very, very good. Hold on. So you guys found some stuff while you were looking, and you're coming up from your spoils as stop growling, dog. You're coming up from your spoils as you hear Layla begin to. I'm kind of hearing like a cry scream for help. Maybe not, because Layla's kind of a badass. Maybe she doesn't get all emotional. But there are some items I'd like you guys to jot down here. Is anyone keeping track of loot?
Give me 1 second. I'll pull up the treasure thing and I'll add it. All right.
250 electrum pieces, 120 gold. A couple scrolls. One is a scroll of silence. One is a scroll of revivify. Anthony, these you actually found these with your 25. You found an old chest that was unlocked but hidden in an out-of-the-way location. It had 2 scrolls, and looks like it was probably some goblin's hoard. The scrolls are they're on parchment, but they're written in a beautiful gold like leaf ink. Tell us where you found them. Like, how did you find this? This was something that was so hidden. You're amazed that you were able to spot it.
And is this stuff that you just listed off, or is this in addition to?
Yes, yeah, this is the 2 scrolls. So a scroll of silence and a scroll of revivify.
Does it matter which room? Like, which room did I find it?
No, this is totally up to you. I don't even care if you make up a room that's not on this map.
Well, I was just going to say that. Is that a bed back there?
Yep.
Okay, I want to say that as I was looking around it, I noticed that inside, or at the headboard, on the floor, there was a little crack. And after I inspected it, I saw the chest. So, pushing the bed kind of out of the way, I'm able to get in there.
So this is like a small crack, like in the wall, like a little crevice that someone had shoved like a little wooden box into or something?
Yeah.
Okay. So you retrieve this from the wall and you put it on the bed, open it up because there's no clasp or there's a fastener, but there's no lock. And you lay these 2 scrolls out. Being a wizard, you're instantly able to read them and understand what they are. And then you hear Layla, kind of her screams kind of echoing through or her calls for help, I should say, echoing through the rest of the castle. All right. So as you guys is everyone going to retrieve or go to aid Layla?
Yep, I'm following right behind Anthony.
All right.
Or first, if he prefers.
Whichever way, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you know what? She sees him digging through this chest. He's, looking over these papers, starts probably mumbling what they are, sort of surprised that you'd find this in a old, rundown castle like this. And as soon as we hear the scream, she grabs his wrist and starts running.
So I'm going to read what these scrolls do real quick. Reading a scroll of silence creates a radius 4 or 5 aura of silence around you, as though you had just cast a silence spell. This prevents all things inside the aura, including you, from casting spells, reading scrolls, talking to your allies, shouting attention, or praying. And Revivify. You touch a creature that has died within the last minute. That creature returns to life with 1 hit point. This spell can't return a creature that has died of old age, nor can it restore any missing body parts.
Tick, tick, tick.
It's quite a scroll.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so you guys enter through the. Are you guys going through the Grick room?
That's gonna be a no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Try to run
So
around.
going around, you emerge from the south passageway, and you see Layla cradling Gundren, who is totes dead.
I look to Z, because I know she can heal, and I'm like kind of giving that, please,
I walk up to him, kind of check vitals, and say he's too far gone.
How long has he been gone?
I just now. I had the hobgoblin. I had to take care of him, but not long.
Okay, question.
Mhm.
Revivify, would I know if that was my spell or not?
I mean, sure. Like, is that on the wizard spell list?
Well, I could be meta and say it's not because I'm pretty sure it's not.
And I don't think it has to be. Since everyone is learning, let's go ahead and read spell scrolls real quick. Spell scroll bears the words of a single spell written in a mystical cipher. If the spell is on your class's spell list, you can read the scroll and cast a spell without providing any material components. Otherwise, the scroll is unintelligible. Now, casting the spell by reading the scroll requires the spell's normal casting time, in this case 1 action. Once the spell is cast, the words on the scroll fade and it crumbles into dust. If the casting is interrupted, the scroll is not lost. If the spell is on your class spell list, but a higher level than you can normally cast, you must make an ability check using your spellcasting ability to determine whether you can cast it successfully. The DC equals 10 plus the spell's level, in this case 13. On a failed check, the spell disappears in the scroll, from the scroll with no other effect. The level of the spell on the scroll determines the spell's saving throw DC and attack bonus, which in this case doesn't have one, as well as the scroll's rarity. So this is a level 3 spell. It's on rockets or I'm sorry, it's on Z's spell list, right? It's a cleric spell.
Yeah.
Or would be. So Z, you would be able to identify the spell, and unless you can cast level 3 spells, which I don't think you can yet, you can cast it successfully with a DC 13 Wisdom save. Ability check, excuse me, not a save.
I want to hand the scroll to her and be like, if you want to do it, you have to do it now.
I can give it a
I
try.
can't do it.
I can give it a try. We can see.
Is there anything anyone can do to assist, or is this just all Z?
This is all Z. Z, you can choose if you have an inspiration to use it. Other than that, it's all you.
Okay, I don't have inspiration. It's wisdom.
Yep. So this is just a regular wisdom check.
So, do I click the saving throws, or?
Nope, you just click where your wisdom is on your sheet. Oh, all right.
Nice.
So that is successful. Z, I would like you to describe to us kind of what you do here.
I take the scroll in my hand, unravel it, and look at Gundren, sigh, start reading, and as I'm reading, the
You're good.
wait, what?
I was just posting the thing there for everyone to reference. You're perfectly fine. Keep going.
Okay, the spell, basically what I'm reading starts to glow, and it glows, and it kind of goes onto my hand, and I touch Gundren on the chest, and as I touch it, he kind of gives like a gasp, like he's caught air, and basically he does it revive him completely or just stabilizes him?
It actually revives him with 1 hit point, so he would be awake and conscious, like his eyes would flutter open.
Okay, so that happens.
Nice. What happens to all the blood around? Does that just kind of stay there? It's all been on Goblin Floor. He doesn't want that anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so Gundren sitting still, I'm assuming, in Layla's arms while Z is standing above him. His eyes kind of flutter open, and he looks around at the 4 of you and says, "Where's Sarbin?" No. It's good to see a friendly face. What happened?
It's a very long story.
One that would be better told maybe at a warm, comfortable inn?
Is there one around here? Anywhere?
You guys would need to travel a hot minute to get you an inn. You've got Phandelver, a couple days travel one direction. You've got Neverwinter, a couple days travel the other. There's always Thunder Tree, another day and a half away.
Well, a camp in the woods is better than nothing. It's definitely better than being here.
Yeah, those Gricks are still in here too, and who knows what else locked away.
2 more hobgoblins show up.
I'm gonna use one of our potions, our health potions that we have
Okay.
on Helm.
All right. So you kind of give him this this health potion. You help it down his throat. He kind of chokes a little bit on it, but you see, Layla, you had seen all of the color, what was left of it, just fall from his face, and it started to kind of come back. He's got that rosy complexion that you remember a little bit now, and some of the wounds on his body, sores, burns, things like that, inflicted by the goblins, begin to kind of seal up, and the healing just begins to kind of wash over his body. His eyes don't look as glassy as they were, and he looks a little sharper as he's looking around the room. Are you guys going to check the... I will say this. We're going to do that anyway. I realize that I said we already kind of did loot, but I wanted to get that Scroll of Revivify, see if you guys found it, because that actually had a DC attached to it. So good luck on finding it, or good job on finding it, and good job on Z knocking that pretty clutch wisdom roll out the park there. GG. Also, Z, for the description of that, go ahead and give yourself an inspiration. So next time we need you to save the day, you can do so with advantage. There's other stuff in here, and I'm going to say that on your kind of adventure through, as you were poking around, looking around, you found some things. Would you guys like to do a horde roll? That's a trick question. Of course you would.
Sure.
Haven't done one of those in a while.
Since what, our first session?
First session.
Entirely?
You would have had one in the Red Brands, but the Red Brands stole all that shit. Straight stole it. All right. So, just like we did in the first session, I'm going to need you guys to pick someone to roll the treasure hoard.
I'll do it.
All right, Rocket. I need you to roll me a... Hold on. Just making sure. I need you to roll me a D100, and you're going to do so with advantage. Actually, not really advantage. You're going to roll it twice, and you're going to tell me which result you want. And you guys can absolutely give them input here. So a 37 and a 79.
I say take the 79. Bigger's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say 79.
All right, Rocket. Go ahead and roll me 2d4. 4. Nice. So you guys find 100 gold in art objects. Now, I want you guys to actually tell me what those art objects are. That is not necessary. Well, you guys are going to do that while I am getting the next part together. Hold on one second. Rocket, I need you to roll me another d4. Alright.
Hey, my rolls are crap.
Hey, it's all
You had the
they're
one
all
that
good rolls,
counted.
Alright, hang on one second. And roll me a d100, Rocket. Alright, and I want you guys to... Ooh. I want you guys to describe these 4 art objects that you found. Everyone can go ahead and pick one art object that they found in here, and you guys are welcome to keep those as kind of trophies if you like.
One's a statue of a risque tiefling.
I'm never asking you again. No, that's beautiful. So Rocket finds the statue. What's it made of? It's worth 25 gold. What's it made of?
Marble.
Marble. Okay. Is it anatomically complete?
No, I mean it's missing its head, but you can tell it's a tiefling because it has the tail kind of wrapped
At
around
least
its
it's not
leg.
missing parts that matter.
Yeah. Good deal. All right. I'm gonna stop asking questions about that. And
Oh, what was it called again? Risque Tiefling.
yeah, marble risque tiefling statue.
It's kind of an emerald marble.
So basically they're worth 25 gold each, right?
Yes. Yep. And you guys can sell them if you want, but I want you guys to tell me what they are.
I guess I could go next.
Okay.
Mine is a knucklehead trout bone carved into the shape of what appears to be a panther, and some kind of paint or dye has been applied to it to make it black.
That chance, Rachel, first off. But yes, also fantastic.
No. It's a knucklehead trout, which is carved by what's his face, the halfling.
I know exactly
Okay.
what you're talking about.
Okay.
In the shape of a
I'm
panther.
not saying it's magical.
Okay, I'm just saying. You did not find Gundren. But that's awesome. I like that. Next up.
A candlestick.
Okay.
In it's a really floral design. A bunch of swooping, elegant, like ivy and leaves and flowers. It's gold, or it seemed to be at least painted gold, but it's really dingy now. It looks like some of the leaves, like the delicate leaves, were broken off.
Nice.
There is no wax on it anymore. It's just the candlestick.
Nice. Very good. All right. And what about you, Anthony?
I would like a kind of a deep alexandrite crystal of a lily bud.
Cool.
That was an alexandrite carving of a lily?
Yeah, crystal alexandrite lily.
Very cool. It's so much better than me coming up with all of those. You guys can keep those as trophies for yourselves. If you want to actually work those into your characters at all, or if there's something that you want to learn about them or something like that, we can discuss that. But I dig it. That's pretty cool. You did also find one wondrous item. So looking through, you found a pair of crystal lenses, glasses, basically, that fit over your eyes. While wearing them, and I'm going to go ahead and just explain this. While wearing them, you can see much better than normal, up to a range of 1 foot. So, pretty close. You have advantage on intelligence investigation checks that rely on sight while searching an area or studying an object within that range. These are eyes of minute seeing.
Oh, that's awesome.
These also do not require attunement. These are a wondrous item and they're uncommon. So this is something that you can give, pass around or give to one another. An individual can keep them if they want, but this does not count versus the 3 attuned items you can have. This is just a tool that you guys now have in your arsenal.
And that was advantage on what?
Investigation. Checks that rely on sight while searching an area or studying an object within range. So this is within 1 foot, so you've kind of got your face in whatever you're looking at. Keep that in mind for disarming bombs and whatnot. You got you can't use it from 30 feet away. These bring things into really sharp focus and vivid detail if they're within 1 foot of your face. Still pretty cool. Good for finding traps and stuff like that, I would imagine, assuming you don't screw up and trigger the trap with your face in it. But I mean, who would do that? Who would want that to happen? So, you guys have found Gundren. You have killed everything at Cragmaw Castle that immediately wants you dead. We've got 30 minutes in the session left. What I'd like to do is kind of discuss where you guys want to go from now and how we're going to proceed, so I can have the next session. We might kind of deliver you guys at whatever the next session is right now, but what are you guys thinking? What sounds good? What are we gonna do? Oh, the map. I'm assuming somebody found the map as well. That wasn't actually on my loot list.
Oh.
But Gundren's map was here. Now, it may have been copied. It may have been studied. It may have already served its purpose. You don't know. But his map is here. Plus, Gundren himself... Actually, I will tell you this, that in your discussion with Gundren, He is not 100% sure what all information the goblins may have taken from him. This has been... he held out kind of as long as he could. He may have given them info on the location. The map itself was incomplete. It had details about a certain area, but they had to torture Gundren to get kind of the location of what the map is mapping out of him. And given the amount of time that they had him, he's pretty sure that he broke.
Well, I would like to eventually talk to Gundren.
Okay.
I think it would be worth it to see a little more in detail, because we initially, whenever the whole dealio started, we weren't given a lot of information about why we were even delivering the supplies to Phandelver. Anyway, so I mean, there's a lot of mystery surrounding why they wanted the map to begin with, why they would need to torture Gundren. So that's kind of, I think that'd be worth exploring still.
I think I can give you some of that so that we can get an idea of what we want to do in the next session. I'll give you some of that just as exposition now. Gundren and his brothers Nundro and Thurden had found the location, or they believe they found the location of the Forge of Spells, which you guys have heard about before this. The Forge of Spells was a forge that a group of mages had created that basically channeled magic and was used to craft magic items, magic weapons, armor, things like that. This could potentially be the source of a very, very powerful army if this was used to outfit some group, right? So you're basically improving the offensive and defensive capabilities of your military if you are crafting using this spell forge. So not only basically there was a couple different factions of mages that were keeping one another in check with this spell forge. They had some different ideas of who should actually benefit from it. There ended up being a bit of a civil war amongst the factions of mages. The forge was presumably destroyed. The mages wiped one another out, trying to keep each other from benefiting from the forge, and the location was lost to time. Gundren believes that he has found the location of the spell forge, given some old writings that he discovered and some kind of spelunking and excavating that he and his brothers were doing in the Sword Mountains to the south. And he was having you guys bring in equipment to help he and his brothers on their expedition into a cave to locate the Forge of Spells and prove that it existed.
Now, the Sword Mountains in the south, how far south is that? Would we know?
Totally. I'm popping y'all over to the map. The Sword Mountains, you can see them right there in the south. And I'm going to say Gundren would tell you the location of the cave, which is not too far from Phandelver.
Okay. Since we have this map up, can you... I'm sorry, my picture's not rendered yet. Can you ping about... I'm assuming right there is Neverwinter?
Yep.
Can you kind of ping where the college would be?
The college is in Neverwinter. What do you mean where? Isn't it?
It was near there. I know that. I didn't know if it was in Neverwinter or if it was north of it.
I'll let you tell me that. You come up with that.
I would figure it'd probably be outside of the city since we would be practicing magic and whatnot.
Okay, so it's not within Neverwinter. Where is it? Go ahead and ping it for me, and we'll throw it up there.
know where I would like to put it, but
Where?
I would like to put it down south. That way we don't have to make a big trip, because I'm going to suggest that we go there to talk to them about the forge.
Why would you not want to make a big trip? Get out of here with that.
That's what I'm saying. That would be really meta. That'd be
I think
jerk
a
move.
lot of us want to go to Neverwinter, or at least I know I do.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to ping it right there.
All right. And that's wrong. And what do you call it specifically?
I've just been calling it the Arcane College. That's all I've been calling it.
That sounds good to me. Ugh. Oh yeah. I'll get that updated on our map too. All right, so we got the Arcane Colleges up there. We got Neverwinter. We got Thunder Tree and all those shenanigans. You guys are in Cragmaw Castle now, so you guys will be leaving that area. And you've got the location of Wave Echo Cave now. I don't know if you guys think you need anything for that, for that adventure into Wave Echo Cave. You're also, we'll say that you have left Cragmaw. You guys are making camp for the night, probably in the woods here in Neverwinter Woods. So if you guys want to go ahead and do your level ups now, or if you've already got them prepped, you can go ahead and do that. Regain hit points and things like that you'd like. And yeah, we'll keep talking about where we actually want to go next session.
Did I miss XP for this?
Nope. I'm gonna, while you guys are making camp and leveling up, I'm gonna tally that.
Okay, because I am not leveled up yet.
Oh gosh, even with the like 1300 or something you got last time, like 1100, it was a lot.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
How long of a rest are we taking?
A long rest.
So we just get all our hit points back?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you don't have to actually spend a hit dice, but you regain half the hit dice that you've expended.
So I had a question earlier. With dual classing, how does my spells work?
What do you mean?
Like, do I have so many prepared and I can cast any of them 3 times, or
You treat the classes separately. So, like as a cleric, you've got X number of spells prepared per cleric level. If you're only level 1 cleric, you only have the level 1 cleric stuff. If you put it, like, what are you putting a level into right now?
cleric, so I'd be level 2 cleric.
Okay, so you get whatever the level 2 cleric would have. Man, give me a second, I can look at it with you. Let me tally up, or finish tallying up the experience. Wow, that's 469 experience each. And I awarded the experience for finding Gundren in the last session, so that was kind of a benchmark, even though we finished it this session. But yeah, 469 each.
Real quick question. 4th level, I get ability score improvement. So how does that work?
So ability score improvement means that you can add 1 point to whatever stat you want. There is an alternate rule, which we will absolutely be using, that you can forego the ability score improvement. So like if you wanted to take your 15 strength to 16 strength, you can do that. Or you can take a feat.
Oh.
Is it just 1 point or is it 2 points?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's 1 point to 2 abilities or 2 points to 1 ability.
Okay, got it.
Got that confused with Dungeon World. Let's see. And clerics by spell level. So cleric table, a 2nd level cleric, you'll get Channel Divinity, and you'll get your Divine Domain feature. Or a Divine Domain feature. You also have 3 cantrips, 3 first level spells. So when you're looking at your character, Rocket, you're a 2 monk, 2 cleric, right? Does that sound right?
Yes.
Alright, so when you look at your cleric abilities, you treat your character like it's a level 2 cleric. And you treat it also like it's a level 2 monk. The character itself is the combination of the two. So you have a 4th level character, but they are a level 2 monk and a level 2 cleric. So you get the stuff that a level 2 monk would have, and you get the stuff that a level 2 cleric would have. You don't get the stuff that a level 4 monk would have and a 4 cleric. You get me?
Right.
So it's whatever level you have in that individual class. So for spells, looking at the cleric table, at 2nd level, you have a proficiency bonus of 2. You have Channel Divinity, which is 1 per rest. It says Divine Domain feature, which sounds like you get something else neat at level 2. And you also have 3 cantrips known, and spell slots per spell level. You have 3 first level spells.
Okay, so my question, what I was trying to ask, is it, I'm looking under the preparing and casting spells. I can I prepare 3 and 3, right?
3 and 3. 3 and 3 of what?
3 of cantrips, 3 of first level.
You don't prepare cantrips, you just know cantrips. So cantrips, you take the cantrips list, you pick 3 of those that you want, and those are the cantrips that you know. You don't get to swap those out. You do when you level, you can swap one for another, but for the most part, your cantrips are just things that you know. So you look at the cleric cantrip list, you pick 3 cantrips that you want, those are your 3 cantrips. That's it.
Okay.
At the end of a long rest, you can take the first level spell list, which is like, 20 spells or something, and you pick, you have actually all of them prepared. You don't have to prepare anything specific at all. You don't prepare anything as a cleric, but you can cast any combination of 3 of those. And is that wrong? What? No, I'm sorry. What's your? That's for spells known. Excuse me, I misspoke. So the prepared, you have what? It's like wisdom plus cleric level or something?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, that's the ones that you have prepared. You know all the spells in that list. You can prepare wisdom mod plus cleric level. So wisdom mod's what, 3? Cleric level's 2?
2.
Okay.
So it'd be 4 total.
Yep, so you can prepare 4 of them. So you have the whole list of 20. You pick 4 that you want to have ready to go, and you can cast any combination of 3 of those.
Okay, that's a lot better.
Nice. Yeah, clerics and druids don't have spells known. They don't have to, like with your cantrips, you have cantrips known. What that means is that you have the whole list, and you have to pick the ones that you actually know. Clerics and druids, when you're looking at their spell list, they don't have spells known. They know the whole list. They can kind of call upon nature or their deity to do any of the shit that's in that list, but they have to have them ready to go. They have to have them prepared. So they have to plan for it ahead of time. Wizards, they have the same thing, but they'll have like spells known. These are spells that they have transcribed into their spell book. They don't have access to the whole list. They have to go through that list, and they have to pick the ones that they want to study. Those are the ones they have access to.
Gotcha.
As far as you asked earlier where we wanted to take this next, do you mind if I just write down a list of everything along with thoughts, and then we can all mill over it?
Yeah, cool. Do you wanna do that like open it to a discussion in general?
If that's cool, yeah.
Yeah,
I
okay.
just it helps me if I make a list of everything that is a possibility for us to explore, and then that way we can almost triage it too. Because I don't know, something might be more important, something we should explore earlier, just for one, the sake of the world itself. Something might be more pressing in comparison to another option we could take. So.
Yep, absolutely. And everyone should have, like, pin rights in general.
One last question. Under my domain, and I'm choosing life, or I had already choose life. And it is showing this list, cleric level and then spells. One, at first level it's bless and cure wounds.
Uh-huh.
Does that mean I already know those, or what?
Yep, you've got those prepared all the time.
Okay, so, that's even cooler. All
Yeah,
right.
so you have Cure Wounds and Bless, plus another 4 prepared. You can still only cast 3. You still only have 3 spell slots. But you have those prepared in addition to whatever else you've got prepared.
Okay.
How was y'all's experience doing? Like, what's your experience count?
I'm at 3,879.
I'm at 3676.
I'm at 3859. Oh man, I really want inflict wounds, but it's necrotic. Or it's, yeah.
It could be the staff making him do that, or her do that.
Yeah. Or I could say that I know how to heal, which also would mean I know how to reverse heal.
Yeah, you can give life, you can take it away.
Right.
Sounds legit to me. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and end the recording for this week, and bye.